Hello, mathematicians. So we are on page 6 of our Unit 7 packet. We're looking at day 3, which is more with the graph of a quadratic function. So basically, we're just taking days 1 and 2, and we're just combining them into day 3, and there's going to be a mixture of different characteristics that you're going to look at regarding the quadratic functions. Today I really want to focus our attention on number 2, and I just want to point this out. So let's work on this one together. So it says, write a quadratic equation that has zeros of x equals -3 and x equals 1, and whose turning point is a maximum. So I'm going to read it again. I'm going to do some annotations. So write a quadratic equation that has the zeros of x equals -3 and x equals 1, and whose turning point is a maximum. If I wanted to go back in and do double annotating, one thing I would definitely want to pull out is the fact that its turning point is a maximum. And if I were going to draw something like that, just to get some visual of this. So if it has a maximum, that I know that it is actually opening downwards. So that means the turning point is up here. Okay, that's my graph. So if it's something that it's facing downwards, another characteristic is that when it has a maximum point, then what that means is that it has a negative a. And remember, the standard form for a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we're saying that when a is negative, then it has a turning point with a maximum value. So let's keep that in mind as we start to write our quadratic equation. So as usual, we're working backwards, right? They're giving us the zeros, and we have to go back to the equation that came from. So when they were solving for x, we want to go back to the equation that it was getting these solutions from. So I'm going to put x equals -3 and x equals 1. And remember, I'm starting with the zeros. That does not look like the word 0. Okay, I'm going to go up to my factors. And then when I multiply my factors, I'm actually going to get the equation. So we're working backwards. So in order to solve for x, I was trying to isolate it, but now I'm doing the opposite. So I want to bring the -3 over. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. I'm going to get x plus 3 equals 0. And if I do the same thing here, I want to bring 1 back with x. So now I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. I'm going to get x minus 1 equals 0. I'm going to go back to my t-chart where my factors would be. And here I would have, here I would have x plus 3 and x minus 1. And I'm going to set it equal to 0. Now for my factors, I'm going to go to my equation, so I'm going to multiply. Now I would have x squared minus x plus 3x minus 3. And if I go ahead and combine my like terms, I will end up with x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. Okay? Let's go back to this point that we pulled out earlier about the maximum value. If it's having a max value and a needs to be negative, then I need to multiply this entire equation by -1. So therefore, the actual equation is -x squared minus 2x plus 3 equals 0. This would be our answer. Okay.